Hi, hello, and let's go. We're doing a drugstore full face today. I'm going to start out with the Milani SPF BFF. This is a SPF 30 primer. And I'm going to rub that in like a lotion as you do. I really like the formula of this. It blends in super easy to the skin and it leaves me feeling nice and moisturized. And it leaves a subtle glow. For my complexion today, I am starting out with the Ulta Beauty Tinted Moisturizer SPF 24. And I'm going to just start placing dots all over my skin. This is a very sheer coverage tinted moisturizer. It is a gel-like consistency, super easy to blend out. It looks really natural on the skin, and I recently did a reel over on my Instagram because I think this is an exact formula dupe for the Saie Beauty Slip Tint. They feel and perform exactly the same. I'm just blending this out with a drugstore sponge. This is my favorite E.L.F. Total Face Sponge. You can get a pack of 2 for like $9. This does have a slight sunscreen scent, but it's not enough to irritate me. And I'm somebody who is really prone to getting migraines, so I am a little sensitive to fragrance in my products, not necessarily in terms of how my skin reacts, but how my head reacts. Here is the tinted moisturizer. Hopefully you can tell the coverage is super sheer, but it leaves the skin looking really nice and glowy and just like perfected. You can still see the redness on my cheeks coming through, but I honestly don't mind because I can cover that up with concealer, and I'm using the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer, half a pump, if that, and share it between my 2 index fingers and then kind of just boop, boop, boop. I like to do around my nose and chin. I don't feel like I have to be so precise and use a certain technique or a certain routine. I feel like a lot of drugstore products now are just really easy to use, especially compared to drugstore products in the past where it was the case where we had to all share tips and tricks on how to use them. Okay, here is the concealer applied. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my lips. One of my favorite drugstore products to prep my lips is the Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm. It is a pretty thick formula, so it's really hydrating. By the time that I'm ready for lip products, it will have sunk in and my lips will be nice and ready and juicy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set under my eyes in certain places on my face using the E.L.F. Camo foundation powder, and I have the shade 125 Fair. Just taking that on a fluffy brush, pat out any creases, and going straight underneath the eyes, on the eyelids, through the brow, around the nostrils, and around my mouth. These places move a lot when you talk, so I like to set them, especially when I have emollient base products. Because this is a powder foundation, it just adds that little bit touch more of coverage. And because of that, I will take a big fluffy brush, tap in, tap off, and I'm just going to very lightly pounce this over the entirety of my face so everything is the same texture. I'm looking really perfected and ready for the next step. For bronzer, I'm using the Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer in the shade Sunrise. This looks like it's going to be just too cool to be a bronzer in the pan, but applied on my ghostly pale skin, it actually looks pretty bronze. So this is one of my favorite drugstore bronzers. It has a luminous finish to it, which I absolutely love. And it's a perfect like neutral shade, so you can get shape and warmth at the same time. Okay, for blush today, I'm using the Profusion Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush in the shade Rosé. I love this little applicator. It reminds me so much of those old Lancome products. So I'm going to take 2 boops. Boop, boop, boop. A little boop on the nose. A boop on a forehead. Because I like how that ties everything together. Going to blend that out and up. These blushes are, I'll have to look for sure, but I know they're under $10. And they perform really beautifully. Because of their liquid formula, they really sink into the skin. And I put that on top of powder and it still looks great. So check your local Walmart for these Profusion blushes. They come in multiple shades and they're gorgeous. Drugstore highlighter. I'm going in with one of my all-time favorites, one of everybody's all-time favorites. Let's be real. It is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in Be My Highlight. It looks like it would be too deep for ghostly skin, but it is not. It actually works pretty well. And I have had this particular one for quite some time. This product in this pan lasts forever. And it's just such a natural looking highlight. There's no big flecks of glitter, so you really can place it anywhere and everywhere. This does not emphasize texture. Gorgeous. I was in my Walmart and I noticed Hard Candy has these new 4-pan palettes and they were like $3.98. So let's see what they have to offer. Most Hard Candy products are hit or miss. So let's see which category this falls into. I'm going to use the Punk Monochrome shadows today. I love purple. It's my favorite color. There's not really a transition shade, so this should be fun. I'm going to take this purple shade on a tiny little fluffy brush. And that's going right here in the inner corner. Just like going in. So I am being very light-handed, but the color is showing up on my skin a little lighter than it appears in the pan. So I have that purple in the inner corner. And once I get to the arch of my brow, I'm really just fading it out. Also going to take that in the outer corner up towards the tail of my brow right here. Okay, then I'm taking an even smaller fluffy brush and going into the deepest purple, and I'm going to enhance these lines in the inner corner using a very light hand. Trying my best to get my shapes even, but they won't be even because I'm just a mere human. And then also taking that deepest purple on the outer corner. I learned this shape of eyeshadow from Katie Jane Hughes. She's an amazing resource on Instagram of all things makeup. Now it's just a game of going back into the more vibrant purple and blending into the deeper purple, just going back and forth. I want everything to be kind of hazy. Okay, now I'm ready for the shimmer shade. I'm going to take that on my ring finger and place that in the negative space and blend it up towards the brow. And kind of more like tapping when I'm up towards the brow, because I don't want a lot of pigment there. I just want the same texture there. I'm going to take the P and put that in the very inner corner and a little underneath the brow. In the inner corner, I'm going to bring it, follow that shape I created just a little bit. Okay, and just because that palette did not have enough like dimensional sparkle to it, I am taking this LAGirl Holo-Glam glitter, and it is a chunky glitter, so I like lean my head over so I try and avoid fallout, and that adds the sparkle that we need. Beautiful! Okay, for some contrast, I am taking the Pacifica eyeliner in the shade Mint, and that's going into Waterline. These Pacifica eyeliners are so creamy, so blendable, absolutely amazing, and they come in such fun colors. And I'm also going to paint my lashes. Just carefully dragging the pencil over my actual lashes, and you can do this if you have dark colored lashes as well. These pencils will show up. This is something I love to do because you hardly ever see colored lashes, and it really adds a fun and interesting pop. For brows, I'm taking the Joah Brow Down to Me pencil in the shade Auburn Brown, and I love to use a spoolie to kind of help me clean up where I got a little overzealous with some eyeshadow, and I just clean off the spoolie on a towel. I can really like change the shape and brush through the brows as well. For gel, I am using the NYX Stick It Brow Mascara in the shade Rich Auburn. Just going to clean off this wand a little bit. It is very much large and in charge and holding a lot of product. This is a very red auburn shade. It might be more suitable for those that dye their hair red, so I have to use it pretty sparingly because I have a lot of blonde in my red. But I do love the hold of this brow mascara, and I love the little fibers. It gives your brow some volume, and it's affordable. Do they have a clear version of this? Because if they do, I need to get it. Okay, for a regular mascara, I'm going in with one of my absolute all-time favorites. 100% recommend. If you have straight lashes that point down to the ground, they're rude and disrespectful to you, they don't hold a curl, please try the Covergirl Exhibitionist waterproof mascara. It is my favorite mascara I've ever tried. It has the traditional like hourglass shaped one. It is a regular bristle brush with lots of bristles so it gets each lash. And the waterproof formula holds my curl better than anything else. And honestly, it's not that hard to remove. If you already use an oil cleanser, it's going to come off. I often use this mascara as a primer for traditional mascaras that aren't waterproof. I'll put on like the thinnest layer possible, and that way I can just enjoy regular mascaras because typically non-waterproof mascaras don't hold my curl, and there are things that I either get sent or I want to try. To give them their best chance, sometimes I literally prime my lashes with this waterproof mascara. For lip liner, I'm taking one of my favorites. It's the NYX matte lip liner in the shade Moonwalk. It's a cool, like almost purple shade, and I think it will tie nicely with the purples on the face. It's a really good shade to contour. And I'm going to go straight across my Cupid's bow because I have a heavy lip, so I'm going to kind of balance out with my top lip. And for gloss, I'm going to use the Oma by Sharon C. The Floss Gloss High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Rosy. These lip glosses, I got mine from Walmart. They are Chef's Kiss, amazing. The wand is beautiful. The packaging, it really reminds me of Tower 28 glosses, but I think these are better. These last, and they're so juicy. So the lip is okay. I want to try to add a little bit of the blush right in the middle, because I'm feeling like the lips needed some peachiness that were in the cheeks to help tie everything in. And for finishing touches, all I'm going to do is revisit the E.L.F powder, and going to take that on just a small little brush, and going to carve out the cheeks. It's like a little eraser. I'm gonna go back under the under eyes to help me blend. Right here down the center to really separate that eyeshadow that I brought really far in. A little more on any blemishes that I have. Super perfected now, and last but not least, I'm going to take the Pacifica. This is the SPF 45 Set and Protect Matte Sheer Setting Mist. It's got a ball in there, so you want to make sure you shake it well. Mist is so incredibly fine. And you can take this with you throughout the day, and that's a great way to reapply sunscreen over makeup. But I am deciding that I want a little bit of glow. So, whew, excuse me. I really inhaled that. I'm going to take the E.L.F. Dewy Coconut Long Lasting Spray. Layer that right on top. Who says you can't layer your sprays? Alright, that is the look done. Take down the crazy bun. Just to the hair. That is the All Drugstore Full Fierce Face, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. As always, be blessed and be kind. Go check out my Instagram and have a great today. Okay? We'll talk soon. Bye!